The last time I spoke with Senate Education Finance Chair Mary Kunesh, the Senate and the House were still working through the details of an E-12 education funding bill that would, with help from the budget surplus, boost spending by more than $2.2 billion. Senator Kunesh joins me now to provide her perspective on those investments and some of the other changes stemming from the last legislative session. Thanks for joining me.
My pleasure.
You and Education Policy Chair Steve Swedzinski visited Eden Prairie High School, Purpose Arts High School, and Red Wing Training School last week to experience firsthand the impact of some of the new education investments. What stood out to you during these visits?
Well, we were really excited to get out to those schools. We actually ended up going down to Winona and a couple of other schools as well. And I think what's standing out to me is there is a certain energy because of those dollars and the investment that went into the schools, that they've got to make some really good positive change. We saw and we heard that the focus on mental health is really important for our students, but it also was for our teachers. So in a couple of the schools we saw like wellness rooms for teachers. We saw special rooms where some of the assistants for those schools were able to do the work, the paperwork and that sort of thing, the due process work for our special ed. We saw that the schools are doing the best that they can with those dollars, and of course they thanked us very, very much for the extra dollars, but they also let us know that it isn't quite enough and that they are putting those dollars to the best use that they can, but would like to see, again, of course, more investment around classrooms, our libraries, some more resources for our students, but programmatically it looks like things are going well.
When Governor Walz signed this education budget into law, he referred to it as the Minnesota Miracle 2.0. For those who don't remember, the original Minnesota Miracle of 1971 was known as the Fair School Financing Plan. It boosted funding for education to ease reliance on local property taxes. So Governor Walz told reporters at the bill signing that he hopes this 2023 budget and policy package will have a similar revolutionary impact on equity. Do you agree that these changes can possibly reduce the oft-cited disparities in Minnesota's educational system?
I think it's a good start. You know, when we talk about equity, it doesn't mean equal. It means that those that have those urgent needs or special needs or additional needs, those needs are being met. And we tried to do that in this bill. We tried to make sure that not only are the schools continuing to get the funding that they need, but also looking at the schools that continue to struggle, whether it's because of transportation, additional costs, heating, those sort of things. So we're going to continue to look at those issues, what it is that is bogging down the budgets of the schools, especially those that don't have a strong tax base to draw on. So there's more to be done, but I think it was a really good start. Everybody we talked to says thank you, thank you, thank you, and so we've been listening to that as well.
This past Monday, for the first time, Minnesota celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day as an official state holiday. As a descendant of Standing Rock Lakota, you were also the first Native woman elected to the Minnesota Senate, and you were one of the key people to bring this idea to fruition. How important is it?
This is a really important message to our Indigenous people here in Minnesota, that we hear you, we see you, we recognize you, and I think it's a really good start to understanding all of the historic things that have happened, all the federal initiatives that went into keeping our American Indian, our Indigenous people from, progressing like the rest of society. And I think it's a matter of pride in Minnesota. We have 11 beautiful tribes and reservations here in Minnesota that for the first time in decades and centuries are beginning to thrive and to meet the needs of their community, their special interests. And so it was a wonderful day yesterday, filled with activities. Every hour of my day was full of activities recognizing the good work and the uniqueness of our communities. And so it was a wonderful way to share it with the rest of Minnesota.
Relatedly, ethnic studies curriculum is currently being developed for inclusion in schools in the next few years. As a part of teaching license renewal, K-12 teachers will need instruction in cultural, heritage, and contemporary contributions of American Indians, with a particular emphasis on Minnesota's tribal nations. What impact will this change have on the state and on students in particular?
I think, again, it goes back to learning the true, the real, the authentic history of our American Indian people. And, you know, when I think about all of the legislation that we passed this session that had positive effects on Indian country in Minnesota, I think there are 10 pages of it. These are kind of correcting or making better the mistakes and the things that were done to our tribes, but also not provided the same kind of resources. And so when we study about the past, we learn from our mistakes, and hopefully it helps us create policy and assistance into the communities that need it most for our Indigenous people, and so that we learn from the history. And I think it builds empathy, I think it builds commitment to our state, and certainly will broaden the knowledge base of all Minnesotans as we all learn this together.
You received the Above and Beyond Award from the Minnesota Library Association because of your advocacy in the 2023 budget to significantly improve funding for schools and regional libraries. I think it's probably an unusual journey to go from a media specialist to an education committee chair, but you have done it, and it gives you a voice to highlight the importance of libraries. So for a moment, explain why libraries are so important.
Well, for me, libraries have just always been a part of my life. From, you know, as a little girl in the village of Sartell, and the bookmobile would come out. I mean, it was like Christmas for our community. And the knowledge and the joy of reading is really so important, and it's sort of a lost art, I have to say. But libraries are really oftentimes the hub, not only of the community, but also of the school where they are providing those services. We support teachers, we support community members, we support students, and libraries build that knowledge base that we need even today. Even though we have computers and we can have information at the end of the tips of our fingers, libraries are sort of a little community unto itself in an environment that is positive, supportive, and honestly, like, librarians will help you with just about anything. I was a reference librarian for about 3 years in Rosedale, and I remember somebody calling up and asking for a phone number to a pizza joint, and I'm like, do we have to answer that? And she's like, any question you get, we answer. And that's really the gist of what a library does.
So before we go, as you're preparing, no doubt, for the coming 2024 legislative session, which is a non-budget year, what are one or two things that you absolutely want your committee to tackle?
Well, we're hoping that there will be a supplemental budget, so maybe there are some dollars where we can do a one-time impact. But I think we will continue to look at what it is that is draining our general fund, whether it is transportation or special projects that are happening, and we're going to continue to do that work.
Senator Mary Kunesh, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you so much.